the Chase, a 30-minute special recapping one of the Valley's most exciting events benefiting DAP Health, and it's brought to you tonight by Amazon, this evening's platinum sponsor. DAP Health couldn't do what it does without the generous support of sponsors like Amazon and, of course, the presenting sponsor of the Chase, Eisenhower Health. Stay with us. We're going to give you all of the highlights of the evening, and they're going to inspire you. We're here on the blue carpet with David Ambrose from Amazon talking to us about their support for DAP Health. David, how are you?
Fantastic. We're so excited to be part of the Chase and thrilled to be here.
This is your second year back supporting DAP Health as a sponsor of the Chase. Tell me, why is that important to Amazon? Why is that important to you?
Desert AIDS Project, DAP Health, represents the best in health access and equity. When I went on a tour, I was so struck by the whole approach they take to the human condition, and it really is about their patient obsession, making sure that every single person, regardless of income, has access to the best health care. And that obsession is so aligned with how we treat and think about our customers.
You're going to hear a lot more of this from David Brinkman when he takes the stage, talking about the legacy that the supporters of DAP Health have made, talking about the expansion that will include 120,000 additional patients with the acquisition of Brago Health, and that could not be possible. That comprehensive and quality care could not be possible without sponsors like Amazon. So thank you so much for supporting DAP Health, and I hope you have a great night.
It's no doubt. The outfits alone have made tonight worth it.
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out and move mountains. We gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you. That we have each other, ever that we have each other, yeah. We will rise, we will rise, we will rise, oh, we will rise, and I'll rise up, high like a wave, we'll rise up in spite of the age. We'll rise 1,000 times again.
Amazing, amazing. I'm Kevin Bass. I'm flanked by my fellow DAP board members, Lori Kibbe and Scott Nevins, who are also my co-chairs for this evening. And the three of us are so thrilled to be here together again, in person, outdoors, and enjoying this beautiful night.
Yeah. Good evening. Eisenhower is very proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Steve Chase Humanitarian Awards this year. Partnering with organizations like DAP Health, which share a common mission but provide different services, is a wonderful way to ensure together we care for the diverse needs of the entire Coachella Valley.
Welcome back. I'm so proud to be back for the Chase 2023. I love Palm Springs. I had the best time last year with all of you. And not only that, word got around. After hosting here, everyone called, begging on their hands and knees for me to host their event. The Emmys, the Grammys, the Oscars, the Tonys. I'm kidding. There were crickets. Nobody asked me to come. But can you imagine? I could have been the EGOT of award show hosts.
Thank you to Eisenhower Health. Thank you to Amazon. our presenting and platinum sponsors. All of you, are extraordinarily important to DAP Health, and particularly to the thousands of people we care for. Because without you, there'd be no Chase, there'd be no DAP Health. This organization has always been, and always will be, community with a capital C. We were founded as Desert AIDS Project in 1984, when 5 locals, including Mr. George Sonsel, who's here with us this evening, they heard the desperate cries of others who'd been ostracized, fired from their jobs, thrown out of their homes, denied health care.
My name is Marcela Alejandra Quintanilla. I was born in El Salvador and I was raised in Palm Springs. I'm 36 years old, I'm Latina, and I'm a hairdresser. I think my journey has been full of a lot of adventure. You know, it was very hard to be left behind in a country. Also, coming to the States, it was very hard to fit in. You know, and also being gay, I did not know how to deal with it, how to cope with life. The only thing I can thought it was getting away, and I found drugs and alcohol. A friend told me about DAP Health, and he told me that you will get help and not be judged, and I went in to seek help. Coming to DAP Health has given me the foundation for a better life. I have received treatment for my HIV. I have, you know, also received help through guidance through the people that work there. They also helped me with my biggest one of them all, my transition. I think like they have made a difference. I think they saw the real person in me and they really wanted me to be happy. Most of everything. They wanted me to like be who I always wanted to be. They made it so comfortable. You know, now I have a very pleasant life. I engaging into the career that I always wanted to do. I have definitely built up my career stronger. You know, I get to work in a beautiful place, but it was because a lot of people believed in me.
But we're not done, my friends. We're not even close. Despite this immense progress we have all made in the last 39 years, 2023 feels a hell of a lot like 1984. There are currently 300 anti-LGBTQ bills at different stages of passage in this country, many of them attempting to prevent trans youth from just living authentically. Of our 50 states, 35 restrict abortion to varying degrees, robbing women of the right to make decisions affecting their own body. And in our own backyard, 120,000 patients dependent on the Borrego health system were on the verge of losing their access to health care. We see lack and we act. It's in our DNA. So DAP, once again, we're stepping up. We're forming an alliance with InterCare and Neighborhood Healthcare to guarantee life-saving continued access by acquiring Borrego Health. From San Diego to the Salton Sea, into the DAP Health family, under our protective umbrella, And we again turn to you. You've shown us your hearts. You've shared your commitment. No matter the call, you step forward when you hear it. No matter who's being targeted, scapegoated, left behind, or denied, you shout, "Not in my community." You know what? We know that y'all means all. We know that women's rights are not negotiable. We know Black Lives Matter. And we say gay. Quite simply, we firmly believe no one is disposable in our community.
My name is Damien Calmette, and I am the front desk coordinator. I was born in what John Steinbeck would say is the armpit of California, which is Salinas, California. This is my fourth time to live in Palm Springs. One of the times that I lived here, I was an entertainer, a gorgeous girl with wigs and lashes and singing in clubs, and my picture on the billboards, 111 and Date Palm and all these places, and quite popular show. And in the early days helped raise money for Desert AIDS Project, as it was known at the time. I've been HIV for almost 40 years. It's a long time. AZT, stigma, and when I would go in for a checkup, I was a number, like Baskin and Robbins, pick a number. But when I came to DAP Health, as it is now, which is all inclusive of so many different health departments, oh my gosh, what a world of difference. They didn't care what my economic status was. They did not care what my celebrity status was, from the housing people to the medical staff to the reception staff. People were concerned about my health. I say my health. We're not talking about just my physical health. Talking about my mental health. Talking about my emotional health. Talking about my social health. You're not looked at any different because of why you're here. You're looked at as the same as when I came here. It's the same thing. That's why I wanted to eventually work here, because I want people to know they're valuable, that you walk in the doors, you are important. Doesn't matter why you're here. You could be screwed up and homeless and an addict and be here. Or you could be Miss Sha 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 with your Louis Vuitton purse and be here. It does not matter. You're going to be met with care, with kindness, with consideration. That's one of the reasons why when I came back and there was an opening at the front desk, I said, that's something I want to do. That's something I need to do. You that already have so generously donated, thank you so much. You have made an investment in somebody. You've made an investment in me. And because you've made an investment in me, When I touch somebody and their life is changed and they're able to turn their life around, you're the one that's being able to do that because you invested in me.
As many of you know, I am very proudly vocal about the fact that I am a board member at DAP Health. But something I probably don't talk about enough is the fact that I'm also a patient at DAP Health. You see, when I was in my 20s, living in New York City, starting out in show business, I couldn't afford health insurance. And so my options for health care were often free clinics or programs that were often dire or unsettling. And then when I came west, I discovered DAP Health. And when I saw firsthand the quality of the services that were provided within an inviting, friendly, warm, stigma-free environment, I felt like I was home.
This is the moment, this is the day when I send all my doubts and demons on their way. Every endeavor I have made ever is coming into play, is here and now today. This is the moment, this is the time when the momentum and the moment are in rhyme. Give me this moment, this precious chance. I'll gather up my past and make some sense at last. This is the moment, damn all the odds. This day or never, I sit forever with the gods. When I look back, I will recall moment for moment. This was the moment, the greatest moment of them all.
In honor of her selflessness, for proving that caring from the bottom of your heart should always be in fashion, and for not only dressing the world, but for addressing and helping to fulfill its most pressing needs, DAP is honored to recognize a powerful and trailblazing woman with its 2023 Health Equity Award. Please join me in honoring the extraordinary Donna Karen. Bye.
What's beautiful here tonight is that each and every single person sitting here is coming from their heart, is coming from their soul, is coming from their spirit. As I sit here tonight, I see you all united, uniting in wanting to make a difference in care, in healthcare.
Tonight, I have the distinct honor of paying homage to the Desert Healthcare District and Foundation, its CEO, Dr. Conrado Bárzaga, and the members of its board of directors. Being a part of the Chase Awards is always special for me. You see, I stand with DAP Health in its commitment to our Coachella Valley communities, to expanding healthcare access, and to achieving true health equity for all.
I would like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of this land, the Agua Caliente Band of Cahuilla Indians, because we're inhabiting their lands. And I want to pay respect to elders, present and past, Thank you, DAP, for recognizing our collective work. What we're doing is exactly what DAP has been doing since 1984. Since the 1980s, there was, you may remember, another outbreak, another pandemic. That was the HIV/AIDS pandemic. And what happened at that time? The healthcare system we had was inadequate. The homophobia, the ignorance, the discrimination against gay and bisexual men caused neglect, suffering, and death to so many of our neighbors. DAP did not wait. DAP did not ask for permission. DAP organized an unprecedented response with very few or no tools at all. We're inspired by organizations like the Desert AIDS Project, now DAP Health, and we're dismantling systems that have neglected the people upon whose backs the wealth of the Coachella Valley is created. We're working toward building a healthcare infrastructure and a healthcare workforce that is inclusive, that uplift those who have historically been at a disadvantage, the sexual, the racial, the ethnic minorities. We're working toward a Coachella Valley that we all can call home, not because we are included, but because we belong. We must stand up, we must stand strong, and we must stand together. But tonight, don't forget to please stand up and dance. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Think I'm pretty without any makeup on. You think I'm funny when I tell the punchline wrong. I know you get me, so I let my walls come down. Before you met me, I was alright, but things were kinda heavy. You brought me to life now every February. You'll be my Valentine, so let's go all the way tonight. No regret, just say we can dance until we die. You and I will be young forever, 'cause you make me feel like I'm living a teenage dream. The way you turn me on, I can't sleep. Let's run away and don't ever look back. Don't ever look back. My heart stops when you look at me. Just one touch. Now baby, I believe this is real. So take a chance and don't ever look back. Don't ever look back. 'Cause I'ma get your heart racing and my skin tight jeans be your teenage dream tonight. Let you put your hands on me and my skin tight jeans be your teenage dream tonight. 'Cause you're feel like I'm living up. Teenage dream, the way you turn me on. I can't sleep, but slow and don't ever look back. Don't ever look back, 'cause my heart stops when you look at me. Just one touch, now baby I believe this is real. So don't ever look back, don't ever look back, don't ever look back, don't ever look back. Don't ever look back. Don't ever look, don't ever look. 'Cause I'm gonna get your heart racing and my skin tight jeans be your teenage dream tonight. Let you put your hands on me and my skin tight jeans be your teenage dream tonight, tonight, tonight. Night tonight. Thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you for all the support you give DAP Health. My name is Derek Chris. Congratulations to all of you. Hell yeah. Very cool crowd. I appreciate you having me. Have a good night. Take care of each other. Stay inspired. Keep fighting the good fight. See you out there.
Thank you for watching. I hope that you learned something new about DAP Health and its commitment to health equity in our community.